Good morning.
Morning.
The National WWII Memorial here in Washington pays tribute to the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces who fought with their lives to end Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. Victory over forces of darkness and evil was one of our nation's proudest moments. This week, because of the government shutdown, veterans of that war were denied access to the monument honoring their sacrifices. That didn't stop them. They simply went through the barricades, some in wheelchairs, passing federal authorities to pay their respects. These proud veterans were not going to let themselves become pawns in a stalemate among politicians. No veteran should ever be exploited. Voices on both sides of the debate now concede that is exactly what is happening. Congress's failure to achieve a funding solution has led to a warning that VA disability and education benefits will be suspended if the standoff continues through the end of this month. Just as the military pay was protected earlier this week, so too should veteran services. Veterans earn their benefits through their honorable service, many of them seriously disabled as a result of that military service. To threaten suspension of their benefits is not only absurd, it's cruel. The government shutdown has already brought an end to mandatory overtime for VA claims processing. These processors were finally making headway against a problem that has persisted for over a decade: the backlog of VA benefits claims. The backlog is finally shrinking. Years of effort by the American Legion and VA has led to a 30% reduction in the number of unresolved claims this year. The inability of Congress to achieve a solution stands to unravel all that hard-earned progress. The speed with which VA cut off the funding of mandatory overtime leaves one to wonder if the government is really serious about permanently solving the problem. Inevitably, the shutdown also leads veterans to worry about their future of their VA healthcare system. Hospitals, clinics, vet centers, call centers, and crisis lines. When will it be compromised or shut down altogether? The American Legion cannot understand why veterans are first on the list of spending sacrifices as Congress fails to achieve a solution. We have been assured by the President and by Congress on numerous occasions that the budget won't be balanced on the back of veterans. And yet, here we are. Less than 1% of our nation's population has served in the global war on terrorism. To deny the GI Bill education benefits they earned if this standoff continues is not simply a travesty. It's an unfair burden shouldered by veterans who are the best chance we have for economic recovery. That a disabled veteran of the Vietnam War, Korea, or World War II has to even worry about a pension check at the end of the month defies good sense and morality alike. Nearly 100 years ago, the American Legion was established as a nonpartisan veterans organization for good reasons. And yet, here we are, asked to take up sides in a political jousting match between the two houses of Congress. Veterans benefits, from disability checks to war memorial access, transcends politics. The veterans who came here earlier this week to honor the price paid in blood for our freedom did not care about politics. They cared about honor, a much higher calling. It would behoove our elected officials to look into the word honor. If they want a definition, they should ask a veteran. Benefits like health care and education were written into law as a way to convey honor upon those who served our nation. These monuments on the National Mall were built to do the same thing. This impasse on Capitol Hill has nothing to do with honor or veterans, both of which need to be protected and certainly not threatened as politicians continue to argue. As commander of the nation's largest veterans organization, I implore our elected officials to work together to reach an agreement. Veterans should not have to suffer over Congress's inability to do its job. Ironically, when our nation's veterans were told to take Hamburger Hill, Pork Chop Hill, and numerous other hills in God-forbidden places around the globe, they never thought they'd have to come home and fight on Capitol Hill for the gratitude of a grateful nation. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless our military, our veterans, and especially God bless America. Thank you. Are there any questions?
So, favor the piecemeal funding approach passed by the House last night. Would that be an improvement? That would fund the VA through December 15th.
That would be a start. We would hope that they would fund it now fully. And veterans should be above this mix that they have going, the impasse that they have going here in this country.
But a piecemeal approach would be an improvement.
It would be definitely be an improvement, yes.
Would you prefer the House just pick up the Senate CR?
It's not about whether we want them to do one thing or another. We want them to take care of our veterans. That's why we're here. That's our charge in life.
To that point, it seems like they're just talking past each other and using snippets of what you say to support their position.
And it's true. I blame them all. I blame the president, the Senate, and the House for this impasse.
Are you meeting with elected officials while you're in town?
I'm hopefully only one. I'm on a plane this afternoon to go back to Arizona.
Anyone else meeting?
Yes, our staff is meeting all the time with congressmen and senators concerning this issue. If you need any information about who they're contacting, you can contact our legislative director, Lou Shelley, who's standing here in front, and he can give you any information you need. Anything else?
Sir,
Yes.
can we push for a bill, a permanent bill, that ensures in the future this never ever happens again? That these open air memorials are never ever closed down by united agreement of probably 99.9% of all Americans.
We are a grassroots organization who moves upon the resolutions passed by our members, and we will definitely look into that and hopefully come up with a resolution and pass it forward to Congress as a priority. Anything else? I'd like to thank you all for coming today. We're here for a purpose, and just as long as the government realizes why we're here. It's all about the veterans. It's not about partisan politics. We are here to take care of our men and women in uniform and those that have worn that uniform to serve our great country. Thank you. God bless you all.